do a full body today, but mostly focusing on our core and our glutes. So hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. We're just going to start with our cat-cow. So let's inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, rounding through the spine, tucking that belly button in. Inhale, dip down. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale, rounding down. Exhale. 2 more at your own pace, moving through that spine. Last one. Exhale, tuck under. Let's stay up here, rounded through the upper back. We're just going to make some circles forwards over the hands, sitting back towards the heels. Keeping arch through the upper back, opening through the shoulder blades. One more, same direction, pushing through the heels of the hands, dropping those shoulder blades open. Let's relax the shoulders for a second, and then round that back again. And let's go the other way. 2 more rounds. Last one. Good. Drop those shoulder blades. Find that neutral spine. We're going to tuck our toes. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift those knees. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. 3 more. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Wink and zip through the pelvic floor. Exhale, down. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. Last one. And down. Lovely. Okay, let's step those hands forwards. We're going to tuck our toes. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, hover. If you can, into the plank. If you can't, don't worry. You're going to stay in that hover. Come back into the hover. And we're going to go back into the plank. Maybe you just need to do your hovering, so up and down. Maybe you just want to do this, okay? Whatever you're doing, those hip bones are pulled towards one another and back in. 2 more. Exhale. And back. Last one. And back. Good. Lower those knees. Open up the knees and let's sit back into our child's pose. Big breath in here, maybe circling those wrists. And then circle the other way. One more breath, breathing into the belly and out through the mouth. Good. Coming back up into 4-point kneeling. We're going to put our right leg forwards. However that looks for you, it doesn't need to be too far forward. I'm going to place our hand onto our knee if you can. We're going to lift up that back leg and lower it back down. Very small. Good, lovely. Lift up. Inhale down. Keeping the chest forward. So we're going to exhale up. Small lunge. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Starting to activate through our right glutes here. Inhale. Oh, breathing's done wrong. Exhale up. Don't worry too much. Inhale down. Last one. Stay up here if you can. Can you straighten that leg? Back leg. Good. Shoulders are back and down. Keep that chin tucked in. Take a breath in. Exhale, step in. Straighten up. Nice. Okay, shake out those legs. All right, we're going to come into a little lunge series with our heel rises. So our right foot's forwards, our left leg is back. I'm going to show you this way. Okay, so you've got that straight line from the top of your head down to your heel. We're going to step in, both feet to the floor. We're going to heel rise, lower, back out. Same leg. We're coming in, heel rise, and back. If you need to hold on to something, please do. Make sure that knee isn't turning in, okay? So everything's staying forwards. Coming up, lower the heels. Good, and back. In, up, and down. Good, lovely. 2, up, and back. Last one. Up, and back. Staying in this lunge. Nice. Left leg is behind. Right bum cheek warm. Reach our arms up. And exhale. Fold down around that right foot. Lower the left knee and the right knee. Good. And just shake out those hips. Whatever you need to do here. Maybe a cat-cow. Maybe some hip circles. I'm going to repeat onto the other side. So let's step our left leg through. Hands onto our left thigh here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, let's come up. Going to have a little knee bend in that right knee. Chest is forwards, hips are forward, pelvis is squeezed. Let's inhale, tap. Exhale up. Inhale, tap. Exhale up. Good. 4 and up. Keep that thigh push forward, starting to feel something in through the right hip flexor here, right quad, as well as that left glute. 2 and 1. Straighten that back leg. Nice. Okay, keep those shoulders down, hips are forwards. Let's step forward with that right leg. We're coming in, heel rise up, down, and back, right leg back. So we're coming up, down, right leg back. Coming in, up, down, up, down. Sitting back, make sure you can still see your toes, okay? Up, down, and back. Good. And 3. Whoa, getting warm in here. 2. Last one. Up, down, back, in. Straighten up. Good. Shake out those legs. Nice. Grab a little drink. Hello, everybody. Okay, cool. If you got the playlist on, we're jamming along together. Okay. We're going to come into a side step heel rise. We're just going to do our last few exercises in standing. And then we're going to add our heel rises in. So we're going to step to the side, squat, down, heel, down. Step, squat, heel, down. Step. So always keeping that pelvis nice and still. So no dipping through anything as you do this. Step, side, squat, and right. Good. Step, squat, squat. The hardest thing is keeping that pelvis nice and still. So keep those kneecaps pulled up. My legs are already shaking. Squat, down, heel. I'm going to do 2 more either side. Make sure those knees aren't turning in, squeezing those pelvises forwards. Up. Last one. Squat, down, up, lower down. Good. Shake out those legs. Let's open the hips a little bit wider. Toes are facing forwards. Just going to do our hip circles here, circling the hips forwards and around. You can bend the knees if you want to. Whew. Feels like I'm doing it with you all, so that's great. I like that I can see some of you. Feels like we're in class. 2. Last one. Good. Back to that center. Let's shimmy those feet back to neutral. Okay, let's slide our left arm down our left leg. So let's bend our knees, slide, reach our right arm up, and side bend. Inhale. Exhale. Come out. 2 more. Slide. Squat. Reach up. Side bend. Exhale. Remember, don't push the body. There shouldn't be anything uncomfortable happening in the back here. Last one. Bend. And up. Let's change sides. Keep that spine neutral, hips and ribs connected. Let's bend, slide, reach up. Exhale. 2 more. Bend, reach. Exhale. Last one. Bend and reach. Exhale. And lower down. Good. Shrug out those shoulders. Shake out those legs. Okay, we're going to come to the bottom of our mats. Obviously, grab a drink at any point. Feet are hip distance apart. Let's tuck our chin. I'm going to do 3 roll downs, so take your time. Going to exhale, roll down from the top of the spine, bending the knees when you need to. Inhale at the bottom. Keep that chin tucked in gently. And let's exhale, pushing through the heels of the feet, slowly peeling up. Head last. 2 more. Exhale, peel down. Bending the knees if you need to. Take your time. Exhale, peel up. Last one. Exhale. Good. Let's just stay down here. Bend the knees slightly. Maybe the hands touch the floor, maybe to the shins or the thighs. As you exhale, let's try and straighten those legs. Keep the chin tucked down. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, straighten those legs. Keeping those hands down as low as you can. Last one, bend those knees. Exhale, straighten up with those legs. Let's stay folded down here. Let's bend those knees and walk those hands forwards into 4-point kneeling. Okay. Great. So we're down on 4-point kneeling again. Let's get that neutral spine so our hands are underneath our shoulders. Our knees are underneath our hips. We're going to take our right leg back into our swimming. So let's inhale into prepare. Exhale, slide that right leg back nice and long. Keep the pelvis down. Going to lift up slightly. No dipping through here. Keep lengthening. And let's bend that foot. And point it away. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. So the weight should be on the inside of that left kneecap. So no dipping through here, no shifting to one side. We're coming, keeping it nice and strong, pushing through both of those hands and straighten. If you're feeling anything in the lower back, make sure you are tucking under slightly with that pelvis. And straighten. Good. We're going to do 4. Hand bend. And straighten. Try to keep the foot flexed as best as you can, pushing through the heels of the hand. 3. Keep that knee lifted. 2. Belly button in towards the spine as best you can. Neck lengthened. Last one. Hold that leg nice and straight. Keep those arms where they are. Let's bend through the elbows. We're going to do a tricep dip. Press down. Inhale. Exhale. Push up slowly. Inhale down. Exhale. If this isn't there for you or you're twisting, lower both knees. Same thing. Tricep press. Exhale, push. Or maybe you want to do a full press and push. Wherever you are, let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Last one. Exhale, push up, holding here. Lower that right leg in. Nice, and shake off those wrists. Wrists. Okay, let's change to the other side. And then we're going to add a little flow on through that, back to the other leg again. So hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lengthen that left leg. Up nice and long here. Belly button tucked in. Remember, no dipping. Bend the knee. and straighten. Working in through our glutes and our hamstrings here. Bend and straighten. Good. Are your eyes towards the top of the mat? If you feel anything in the back, you're going too high with that knee. 6. Inhale. Exhale. And 4, 3, 2. Last one. Keep that leg nice and long. Weight on the inside of that right knee into our tricep press. Elbows down. Inhale. Exhale. Push up. Remember, both knees on the floor if you need to. Inhale. You're leading with the chest, not the chin. Inhale down. Exhale, push. Lovely. And 3, 2, and straighten. Last one. And straighten. Lower that leg. Open the knees. Child's pose. Whew. Bring the hands behind your head here and just rocking the hips side to side. Breathing into the belly. 2 more. Last one. Big breath into the belly. And out through the mouth. Good. Planting those hands down, opening them nice and wide. Let's come back up into our 4-point kneeling. We're going to add on slightly into this position, and then we're going to do our core. If your wrists are sore, come onto the knuckles, remember, or roll up the mat so that you've got a little bit less of a bend in the wrist there. Okay. Whew. So let's inhale to prepare. Let's exhale, lift that right leg and flex the foot. We're going to lift the left leg forwards. Left arm, not both legs. Left arm. And let's pull that left arm in. I'll show you from this way. Going to pull it in. As the leg and arm straightens, you're going to bend the knee. Whoa. And straighten. Bend. And straighten. Bend. And straighten. Keep the elbow in line with the shoulder. 5, 4. If this is too much, then just do the arm. 3. Pushing through that right hand and left knee. Belly button in. Last one. Hold long, right arm, left arm long, right leg long. Pushing through that right hand and left knee. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Good. Shake out those wrists. Everybody doing good? Okay, let's change to the other side now. Last part here, and then we're going to come into our backs to do some belly work. All right, so we're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, that left leg lifts nice and straight. Make sure we're not doming or arching our back. Lift up that right arm. Okay, you're going to bend the elbow as the knee bends and straighten. Breathing however works best for you. Maybe exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. Or the other way. Doesn't really matter as long as you're breathing. If this is not working for you or too challenging, just do the arm or the leg. We're going to do 5, 4, 3. Almost there, everybody. Nice long line. 2. And 1. Stay long here. Reach the hand away from the feet. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Good. Shake out those wrists. Lovely. Grab a drink. Okay. We're going to come down into doing our core work, but let's sit onto our bums to begin with. Our hands are going to be facing towards our bum. We're going to do our reverse plank. So there's two options. I'm going to go through option 1 and option 2. Option 1, inhale to prepare. You're going to exhale, lift the hips up nice and high. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. Option 2, which is a little bit harder, is pushing through the heels. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. Whichever version you want to do, we're going to do 5 at your own pace. Off we go. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Don't strain the neck. Maybe you want to do a combination. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, down. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Don't force anything here. It's quite challenging, this one, if it's new for you. 2. Last one. Doing great. Let's stay up here. Keep breathing if you can. Maybe your hips are bent. That's okay. Wherever you are, pushing through those hands for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, down. Good. Okay, let's come down onto our bums. Last little push here. Doing great, everybody. Okay, down we come. You have no head pillow here, so just a nice relaxed spine. Let's make sure our heels are close towards our bum. Our chin's gently tucked in. We'll just do our pelvic tilts to begin with. So you can place your thumbs in your belly button and your fingers pointing down to the pubic area. Let's inhale, arching our back. So if there was a marble in the diamond there, it's going towards your fingers. Exhale, tucking under, marble to the thumbs. Inhale, arching. Exhale, tuck under. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Try to keep those knees nice and still. Maybe you're feeling the inner thighs engage as you tuck under. Exhale. Good. Get that neutral position so you're not too arched, not too rounded there. Okay, lovely. We're going to place our hands down onto the floor. Let's inhale, lift our right leg into tabletop. We're going to place our hands behind our head. So keeping our chin gently tucked in. Let's exhale, come up with our head and shoulders. Inhale, hold. Exhale, tap the right toes. Inhale, back up. We're going to stay here. So exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. If this is too challenging or you're feeling your back, which you shouldn't be, then please stay down on the floor, okay? And keep those hips and ribs connected and just tapping the toe. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. That left knee has a nice cold drink on it. You're not going to spill. Keep going. 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And 3. Inhale. 2. Very still with that left leg. Your belly muscle should be firing here. Last one. Holding up here. If you can, lower that right leg. Keep up in crunch. Left leg lifts. If you need to lower down in between, please do. Stay up here. Left leg. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. The head is very light in those hands. If you feel like you're straining the neck, please lower the head and shoulders down and don't flare that rib cage, okay? Exhale. Inhale. Nothing should be happening in the back. Inhale. Exhale. Almost there. 3. Exhale. Inhale. 2. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Lower the left leg. Lower the head and shoulders. Breathe into that rib cage. Maybe rocking the knees side to side. Loosening up through those abdominals and that lower back. Good. 2. Last one. And back to the center. We're going to add on from that slightly if you can or if you want to. So we're going to come into double tabletop here now. So both knees are lifted. Maybe this is where you stay. The exercise is going to breathe in here. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to straighten. Inhale, back in. If that's too challenging or you feel your back is arching, then your legs are just going to go up to the ceiling, okay? And back in. Or you're up in an abdo crunch. Exhale. Inhale. Maybe you're here. Exhale. Whatever you're doing, the back isn't arching. You're feeling everything on the front. Exhale. Inhale. Or you're down on the floor, knees bent, legs up to the ceiling. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Remember, think about those magnets on those hip bones. Almost there for 5, 4. Keep breathing, everybody. Almost there. 3, 2. Use those abdominals. They are there. Last one. In. Lower the head and shoulders. Hug those knees into your chest. Big breath into the belly there. And out through the mouth. Good. Lower those feet down. 2 more abdominal exercises. Then we're going to come into a gentle stretch. So we're going to come up in our right leg into tabletop. Our hands are going to be behind our head for everybody. We're going to come up. Stay here. We're going to twist the right elbow to the left knee. You're going to tap the right toe to the floor. Come back up to the center with the head and shoulders. So we're going to exhale, twist. Inhale, hold. Exhale, tap. Up. Center. Exhale. However the breathing pattern works, ideally you're exhaling as you twist. If this is too much, same thing, lay down on the mat, just tap the toes, and maybe you do a crunch separately. Tap. And crunch. Tap. And crunch. Never pulling on that head. 6. Working those obliques. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Let's stay over to this left side. Stay, stay, stay. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the center with the head and shoulders. Lower that foot. Lower the head and shoulders. Perfect. Okay, we just got to repeat onto the other side. So let's lift up that left leg. Lift up with the head and shoulders. We're going to twist to that right knee. Tap. Back to the center. Remember, you're not pulling on the head. All the work is coming from your abdominals. Twist. Tap. Twist. Tap. Center. Twist. Tap. Center. Good. Almost there. 6. Tap. Remember, no pushing down with that pelvic floor. Keep pulling up. Almost there. We've got 3, 2. Last one. Stay over to this right side. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the center with the head. Lower the foot. Lower the head. Oh, keep those hands behind the head. Let's just drop the knees over to the left. Look over your right armpit. Breathing into the side there. Big breath in. Try to keep those shoulders down onto the mat. Good. Knees back onto the center and drop the knees over to the right. Look over your left armpit. One more breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Back to the center. Oof. Last abdominal exercise. Then we are going to stretch out. Okay, we're just going to come into our 100. So our hands are facing up to the ceiling. Palms are turned away. Chin gently tucked in. We're going to lower those hands and we're just going to pull. So we're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want a little bit more, you can lift the head and shoulders. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit more, double tabletop if you want. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3. This song's got a good beat if you're listening. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower the head and shoulders. Hug those knees in. Good job. Breathe into the belly. Let's circle the knees to the left, to the right, to the center, and the other way. To the center. Let's take our hands behind the back of the thighs and straighten the legs up to the ceiling, however that feels for you. Toes pulled down towards you. Legs nice and long. Breathing into the belly. And exhale. Let's hug those knees back into the chest. If you want, you can come into a happy baby or a modified happy baby with the feet glued together and just opening the knees here. Or alternatively, you can take both feet in the hands and open those knees. Really breathing to the belly. Let the pelvic floor muscles relax. 2 more breaths. In through the belly. And out. Last one, breathing in. And out. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together. Close those knees and lower the feet to the floor. Let's roll onto our right hand side. Both of our hands stacking on top of one another. We're going to do our spinal twist. So let's inhale, pull back with that left hand, follow with the head. Maybe you don't have space like me to straighten the arm. Maybe you do. Just try to keep your knees over to that right side. Let's breathe into the lower back. And let's bring that hand across that top hip back to join. Do one more. Inhale, pull back, follow with the head. No forcing here. Just try to release into this position. And exhale, come back to the center. Good. Keep those hands clasped. Let's roll back onto your back and change sides. So we're coming onto our left side. Knees are bent. Inhale, pull back with that top arm. Exhale, circle down and around. Last one. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, circle down and around. Good. Let's push up onto our hands and knees. We're going to come back to finish with our cat-cow where we started. So our hands are underneath our shoulders. We're going to do some hip circles here. So bring the hands slightly forwards. Let's bring our head over our hands. Circle the hips over to the right, towards the heels, to the left, and back over those hands. Good. 2 more that direction. Take your time. Maybe you need to stay over to one side. Maybe one bum cheek feels tighter than the other. Let's go the other way. Maybe just cat-cow works good for you. 2. Last one. Good. Bring those hands back to the center. Let's place our right hand underneath our head. Let's inhale, twist, open our left hand. Thread the needle. Inhale. Exhale through the right armpit. Maybe the left shoulder can touch the floor. Inhale, lift the right hand up to the sky if that's there. Exhale down. Back to the center. Let's change sides. Left hand through the center. Pull back with that right hand. Inhale. Exhale through that left armpit. Maybe that left hand can reach up to the ceiling. Exhale down. Back to our 4-point kneeling. Let's just open our knees and let's just sit back into child's pose for a couple of breaths here. So we're going to breathe into our nose. Really relaxing the pelvic floor and then out through the mouth. 2 more breaths, big belly breaths. And out. One more breath. And out. Good. Walking those hands back. Going to keep the feet where they are. We're going to reach our left hand behind. And we're going to come up into a hip flexor stretch. So stretching, looking over to the left side with our head. Stretching through the right hip flexors here. Big breath. Feels really good. Sometimes you're going to have back pain if the hip flexors are tight as well. Exhale slowly down. Change side. Right hand behind. Left arm comes up. Inhale, really pushing that pelvis forwards. Stretching through those hip flexors. You may feel a little pinching in the back, but that's nothing to be concerned. If it's sharp, then don't go as far. And exhale down. Okay, cool. We're going to stretch out our glutes and then we are finished. So let's take our left leg in front, our right leg crossed over. If you want, you can bend your bottom leg as well. That's up to you, depending on your mobility. I'm just going to have our chest nice and tall and let's twist towards that bent knee. Yes. So you should feel a gentle stretch in through that right bum cheek. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, twist a little bit further. Perfect. If you need to come into figure 4 on your back or cross that leg over in line, that's great as well. And then let's release halfway wherever you are. And then let's fold over that leg. So if you're on your back, just hug the knee in across your chest. And then maybe roll to the opposite side to get a deeper stretch in through that glute. Bit of a stretch in the hamstring here if you're with a straight leg. Exhale, come back up. Nice. Let's change sides. Straighten the other leg or cross the other leg into figure 4, wherever you want to be. Spine nice and long. Let's twist to that left side. If you're in figure 4, really make sure that knee is nice and wide and open. Release halfway. And then let's fold over that leg. So same thing here. If you're on your back, hug the knee in and then rock to the opposite side. Getting a little hamstring stretch if you're in sitting. Maybe more of a deep glute stretch in 4-point kneeling. In figure 4, sorry. And exhale, come back up. Good, lovely. Let's come into sitting to finish. Bring the soles of our feet together. Resting back onto our hands. I'm just going to do a butterfly legs. Good, lovely. For 3, 2, and last one. Back to the center, cross those legs, hands onto our knees, and let's roll up our sitting bone. Exhale, roll off, tuck our chin. Inhale, roll forward. 2 more, exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale. Inhale, let's find that neutral spine. Set those shoulders down. Closing those eyes. Let's just take a breath, big breath into the belly. And out through the mouth. 2 more breaths, breathing into the belly, into the nose. And out through the mouth. Last breath in. And out through the mouth. And you are done. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much. Hope you feel good. Yay.